in order to create influence, there's 4 things. So number 1 is, and so I just remember SPCL, right? So you have status. So somebody who controls scarce resources. So a bartender at a bar, there's alcohol behind them. It's a scarce resource. In the bar, they have status. When they walk outside of the bar, no one cares about them. But in the bar, they have status, right? So they give influence. The second is power. And so power is basically say-do correspondence, meaning if I tell you to do something, follow these instructions, and a good thing happens, then I'll increase the likelihood that you comply with requests in the future. And so, like, for example, Martha Stewart was the first self-made female billionaire. And I think there's a huge amount of reasons for that. And one of the biggest ones is that she literally gave people recipes, and they followed the recipes, and they had a good thing happen. And then people told them they were great, and this cake was great, and this lasagna was amazing. Their family, their friends, they also got status. So a massive good thing happened after following explicit directions. And so then when she said, follow my next directions and buy this thing, people said, okay, the last 10 times I did it, it worked. I'll do this too. And so that's why she had so much influence. The next is credibility, which is, do you have proof, right? Now, all of these can happen at the same time or separately. So I'm trying to give more isolated examples for each of them, but like one thing can check multiple boxes. So if I say, hey, I sold a company for $46.2 million, I have money, which is where status comes from, but I also have credibility that the stuff that I do works. I wouldn't have power yet, though, until I say, hey, if you take what you're currently doing and then add a bonus, urgency, scarcity, a guarantee, think about a value equation, all of a sudden you can sell it for way more money, and then you follow those instructions, and then you do make more money, then you're like, now I'll be more likely to comply with this person's request in the future. And so then that person gains influence. And then the fourth L is likeness, right? Do they look like me? Right? Do they act like me? Which is both, physical, but also psychographic. Like, do they share the same values as me? Are they similar? And so if I have 2 people that both have SPC, so they have status, they have power, they have credibility, and then one of them just also looks like me, I'm more likely to listen to that person. So each of these are additive. So if you have all 4, you'll be more influential, right? And so laddering this back up to conversion, we think, okay, well, if I'm going to make content with the purpose of conversion, then I want to make stuff that demonstrates these 4 things.